This is Sean Crow. You're watching WGS-TV.
You have warped your way into another episode of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer. Guys and girls, before I get the Raw review underway this week, there's just something I just wanted to say. Now, I do realize that when I come on here and express my own valid opinions about the wrestling industry, there's a good 95% chance I'm always going to be in the minority. Because I tend to think for myself. Instead of going along with the masses, going along with the sheep. You know, it's saying, oh, you have to like this guy. You have to because we do. And I want to say about 95% of the IWC are kind of like that. They're kind of like that, and when you have your own valid opinions, they can't stand that. And you tend to be, like I've been for quite some time, vilified and hated because I have my own personal opinions about the wrestling industry. Last night I called into the Joe Cronin show. I'm very doubtful I can to show the video on here, so what I've decided to do instead is I put the link in the description box below. Now, I really didn't act appropriately because of the during that part of the night I was actually extremely frustrated over WWE bringing back Brock Lesnar, and I've kind of decided to get angry about it when I shouldn't have on Joe Cronin's show. You guys will be able to hear it for yourself, but I'm not going to go into detail as to why I think Brock Lesnar sucks. I've already done a video about it. There's no reason for me to completely reiterate said video. I really don't. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I just needed to get that out of my system because that's something I'm sick of seeing. You know, express your own opinions. 90% of the fans don't agree with you. I know 90% of the fans don't agree with me. That's why it's my own opinion. So, and this is an open forum as far as I'm concerned for wrestling discussions and whatnot. And again, that's a plea to you guys out there. You know, I've said it for the longest time that this is an open forum. Whether you like a guy or you hate a guy, you have your right to express your opinions on this channel instead of being vilified and hated by about the rest of everybody else who don't even want to hear your side. They hear, oh, you hate Brock Lesnar? I don't want nothing to do with you. You like John Cena? You know, you have a Cena prop like this, I'm gonna flag your videos and I'm gonna try to take them down because I don't agree with your opinion, and I don't think that's right. I think there should be open forums for everybody to discuss the wrestling industry, not just for one side. But I've wasted enough time talking about that. Let's get to Monday Night Raw, the aftermath from Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins' celebration. Yeah, I kind of figured they would go that route. The confrontation with him and Dean Ambrose was good, which would lead to the match that we would have with Sheamus, which was a really good match, guys and gals. But there was a distraction there. Randy Orton showed up, which kind of signals to me that they're going to be really igniting a feud between these two guys. And because of Sheamus being distracted, he would attempt the Brogue Kick. Ambrose countered into a schoolboy pin. Dean Ambrose picks up the win. Then Randy Orton goes all Viper on him and starts whipping his butt. Can somebody honestly tell me what the hell is going on, what they're doing with R-Truth? They had him out there in a paper crown, a bed sheet, and a plunger for a scepter. He goes on commentary and completely forgets that he has a match. But here's not the shitty part. Here's the shitty part. That, in about less than 30 seconds, he beats King Barrett. King Barrett was going for the, setting up for the bullhammer elbow by reversing his pad, which I have no idea as to why that would have any significance to the move in the first place. And R-Truth schoolboys him and picks up the win, and then immediately after that he would hit the bullhammer on R-Truth and say "All hail King Barrett," which was pretty much it. And if you guys watched my Money in the Bank review, you kind of get my idea as to what I think about the King Barrett gimmick in the first place. Kevin Owens will come out to cut a promo about what happened last night and why he attacked John Cena after the match. Then he would throw out an open challenge for a fight, but not for the NXT Championship, and Dolph Ziggler would answer that challenge. And think about the week that Kevin Owens has been having and what we've been seeing out of the guy. Great match with John Cena. Great match here with Dolph Ziggler. And then for NXT tomorrow night, we're going to see him and Samoa Joe. And that has potential to be just as epic as those other two matches. And one thing I will say, Kevin Owens has improved so much on the mic. And because I know if he's had to make a big transition from what he could say, he could freely say anything in the indies, to having to clean up his language and clean up his promos for WWE, and he's done a really good job of that, and he's really starting to get over, especially on the mic. I know he can get over in the ring, but now that he's a double threat, he can get over on the mic and in the ring. So I'm glad to have that, to see that out of there. Randy Orton and Kane, again, what happened here was just further evidence of the fact that WWE is going to be pushing a storyline between Randy Orton and Sheamus. Halfway through the match, Sheamus would show up. Kane, being the director of operations, would then make this match a no-holds-barred match, and thanks to Sheamus and a Brogue Kick, Kane would pick up the win. I said it on the Money in the Bank review, and if I didn't, I'm going to reiterate it here. I see a triple threat match happening at Battleground in about 5 weeks or so for the Intercontinental Championship, with Ryback defending against The Miz and The Big Show. There's no other way around it, especially with the way they're directing the storyline. Miz interferes at Money in the Bank and costs The Big Show the Intercontinental Championship. Then, in a controversial fashion last night, when Big Show was distracted by Ryback, who was on commentary, he would get counted out, and The Miz would pick up the win. And there's no other way around it. I don't see how they could do it. I mean, first it was Big Show winning by disqualification because Miz interfered and attacked him. And then Miz beat the Big Show by countout. And it just has to lead to a triple threat match. You know, I really can't draw any other more conclusions other than we're going to see a triple threat match consummate at Battleground in about 5 weeks. Which, by the way, is an appropriate amount of time other than the 2 weeks they had to build on Elimination Chamber and Payback and Money in the Bank. Well, you know what? I might scratch. No, I'm going to keep Elimination Chamber in there. Let's see. No, I meant to say Money in the Bank. I didn't mean to say Payback. I do apologize for that. Roman Reigns, they showed a commercial and ad for Roman Reigns being a father. Apparently, Roman Reigns is a dad, and, you know, kudos to Roman Reigns for that. And, you know, it was just a big commercial for everything. And when I saw that, I just knew that they would have to play that into an angle of sorts. And they kind of did that with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns, you know, calling out Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt would do this typical promo, Titantron promo, the creepy gimmick promo that but apparently the hardcore host of Hardcore Wrestling, Rick Head, deems to be extremely boring as of late. And the way he would end the promo is you would look at a picture, a still, from that commercial of Roman Reigns and his kid, his daughter, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. I'm really looking forward to what they do with these two come Battlegrounds. The page would try to rally, for some odd reason, all the heel divas backstage to work against the Bella Twins, and that really didn't go anywhere. Because she challenged the Bella Twins to a 2-on-1 handicap match. One question I have, why for almost every Divas match that we've seen as of late, especially when involving the Bella Twins, do we have to have the hashtag Total Divas? I won't watch the show at all, period. So what's the point? I understand it's got its own fan base, but I'm not a fan. Nikki would hit the rack attack on Paige to pick up the win. Then, of course, Machine Gun Kelly, this guy, did some rap songs. I muted the television because I really didn't give two craps about Machine Gun Kelly. And then after his performance, Kevin Owens would show up, first applauding, apparently, Machine Gun Kelly for his performance, and then starts getting in his face. Machine Gun Kelly gives him a push. Owens then kicks him in the gut and then power bombs him onto a mattress that was off the stage. If you couldn't tell what that was a mattress. Because there ain't no way in hell Machine Gun Kelly would really take a bump like that off the stage. There's just no way. We had a 6-man tag, the New Day taking on Primetime Players and Neville. Pretty cut and dry match here. Nothing really bad to say about it. Darren Young would set up Kofi Kingston first with the Gutbuster, which would allow Neville to then climb up to the top and hit the red arrow to pick up the win for he and the new tag team champions. And now comes to the part that really frustrated me, like I said at the onset of this video, is the fact that WWE brought back Brock Lesnar to go one-on-one with Seth Rollins at Battlegrounds for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I understand the fans out there who support Brock Lesnar when they say, who else is there for Seth Rollins to go against? He's had Dean Ambrose in the last 2 pay-per-views. Who else right now is ready for a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match? And the rumors were out there about the SummerSlam match that we're supposed to have between these two guys for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I like the fact on how the guys on the Joe Cronin show kind of called me out for almost being an idiot for bringing up that fact that there were rumors out there. And I was just a little bit offended by that. Not by Joe Cronin himself, but by a couple of the guys on the panel who apparently thought that I knew nothing about what I was talking about. Now, I understand that argument. There's really nobody out there right now other than Brock Lesnar to challenge Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship come Battlegrounds in the next 5 weeks. And given the time period that we do have between now and Battlegrounds, it should really allow for a good, sufficient build-up between these two, only if Paul Heyman is allowed to speak on Brock Lesnar's behalf. No promos. No promo for you, Brock Lesnar. Let Paul Heyman talk for you. That's why he's there. He is a master on the microphone. Let him put you over. That's his job, and in my personal opinion, Paul Heyman can hype up a mob into a main event. And if he can do that, he can do wonders with Brock Lesnar. I firmly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that if Paul Heyman was not in the picture for Brock Lesnar, that he would not be in the spot he is in today. Because there's no way Brock Lesnar can be in that spot without Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is almost essential to Brock Lesnar's gimmick. And without him, he would not be where he is. That's just my firm belief. And let me go to the Facebook page of social media really quickly, because a couple of the guys sent in their reviews. I know James from the Big Easy and the Incomparable Lance Moss from YouTube.com Lance Moss TV, send in the reviews. Yo, I haven't heard anything from you, dude. Jay from WWE Results Zone. I haven't heard anything from you. So, you're just a little tad late on your submission for the Raw review this week. All right, let me go to James first. All right, James says he gives Raw a 2.5 out of 5. That's a low score. He gives the touchdown or the best match to Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. His penalty flags or the worst matches. It was a three-way tie. The Divas Handicap match, King Barrett versus R-Truth, and The Miz versus The Big Show. His 5-point review. Number 1, they went with the personal feud with Wyatt and Reigns, which was kind of looking like that. Owens, number 2, Owens is the top heel in the company, period. Also, they killed MGK. That's probably the only time anyone ever gave a damn about MGK. Number 3, who will help Paige now? Will they go to a diva to change her mind? An NXT diva? Or even Brie Bella? Also, Bella versus Bella at SummerSlam for the Divas title. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Number 4, I approve of all the Dusty Rhodes tributes. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. I agree with that. And number 5, James, I can't believe you're going to make me say this. 1 ticket to Suplex City has been punched. Thanks, James. All right, let's go to the incomparable Lance Moss and see what he had to say. He said, best match, I'll go with Owens versus Ziggler. Worst, I'll go with the Divas match. Best segment, I'll go with, Machine Gun Kelly's dumbass getting powerbombed off the stage. I have not laughed so hard. Worst segment, the Paige speech to the Divas on. And one last thing. Oh, God. Eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, LOL. So my final score is 3.5 out of 5. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna split the difference between you two guys on my score, and I'm gonna go 3 out of 5 on this one. Best match, I definitely have to agree with James and Lance about Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, because it was like the match was keeping you on the edge of your seat, and spot after spot was just absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to what they do with Owens and Samoa Joe come NXT tomorrow night. Worst match, normally I would say the Divas, but I gotta go to R-Truth and King Barrett, because basically they're two mid-carders made to look worse. R-Truth out there looking like a clown with the paper crown, the bed sheet, and the plunger, and King Barrett looking like the Burger King mascot. And then he gets beaten in less than 30 seconds to R-Truth. What does that say? I even said it yesterday on the Money in the Bank review. What does that say about Wade Barrett's current standings in the WWE? They're making him look like a joke. When the Bad News Barrett gimmick was over as hell with the WWE Universe, and now they transitioned him to the King Barrett. And again, I said it, a lot of fans out there want to say, oh, if you want to flush your career down the toilet, get buried by John Cena. That's not true. The surefire way to flush your career down the toilet, win the King of the Ring tournament and get turned into a goddamn joke. And that's exactly what's happened with Wade Barrett. Well, anyway, guys and gals, on that note, what I want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week? And again, this is an open forum, so you guys can actually comment on anything that I had to say, and I will talk with you guys in the comment section. So again, comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I got over 1,300 subscribers. Hardly any of you guys out there actually comment on any of my videos. I want to hear from you guys. This is an open forum for you guys to talk with me about wrestling. Okay? So definitely comment on this video. I want to know your thoughts. Okay? So be sure you put them in the comment section below. Hit that like button. Don't forget to check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Be sure you check out Double B Plays Sunday through Fridays every day, 9 a.m. Central Time. Mid-South Extreme every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time. I know I've been a little hard, but again, guys, it's hard to produce a vignette all by yourself on a laptop. And also be sure you check out the videos that are in the annotations at the end of this video, and the links will be provided in the description box below. So with that being said, I'm the Wrestle Gamer, WWE Belly Bujo, saying we'll see you at the next Warp Zone to take you home with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have the other door closed. I'm see he is